Hey guys, today we have an OU battle against Jumbo, and let's see how it goes. So I'm going to lead off with my Skarmory, and he's going to start off with his Lucario. But here I'm fearing that he's going to use close combat, so I switch into my Nidoking. And he uses Aura Sphere, which probably wouldn't have KO'd my Skarmory because it's really bulky in a defense. So he's going to withdraw his Lucario, and he's going to go into his Latios, pretty sure. And I use the Fire Blast here, but my Nidoking is speedier than his Latios. So I'm going to get the Ice Beam off here, and needless to say, Nidoking wrecks. So his Latios is down on critical hit, and he's going to send out his Porygon too. So this thing is annoying. Now I thought I could KO it with Burst Power because I was assuming that it was specially defensive. But it lives, I believe it goes a little bit more than halfway. And it gets the Ice Beam off, which it does KO me. So Nidoking faints, so I send in my Jirachi. And he's gonna switch Pokemon and go into his Vaporeon. And I use Iron Head, and I know that his Vaporeon has leftovers. Pretty sure we all know that. But I'm gonna go into my Venusaur, hoping that I can stall and potentially finish off his Vaporeon. He uses Surf, which does little to nothing to me, and my leftovers bring me back. And his leftovers bring him up even more. So he goes for the Protect. And I'm gonna go for the Giga Drain, and it protected itself. So my Black Sludge, I like Black Sludge, especially on Venusaurs. Anything poison, because if they have Trick, then it's gonna end up hurting teammates, but it's good for poison types. So I go for the Giga Drain here. It gets them almost a half, if not half. And I'm fully restored. It has Ice Beam, and I would have thought that this would do a lot. And it's almost halfway. Leftovers brings me up. So it protects again, and I go for the Giga Drain. So Venusaur gets the Giga Drain off this time, and that's going to bring his Vaporeon into the low yellows, and my Venusaur gets almost to full health again, and he goes for another Ice Beam. And I was thinking here that he was going to go for another Protect, so I go for a Sludge Bomb, thinking that he would try to Protect, and I get him into the red, like low 1 HP reds. But that was super effective. So I'm sitting at around 100 HP. And he's sitting about 0, so I just Giga Drain so I can get that little bit of XP or HP. So his Vaporeon goes down, his tank. So he sends out his Alakazam. And I'm gonna switch into my Latios, because I'm hoping that I can finish this with a Draco Meteor. My Latios is Scarfed, but I go for the Draco Meteor. I take that Psychic, and he withdrew his Alakazam, and he goes into his Porygon. And, oh, I went for a Shadow Ball? Oh, I go for my Jirachi here, and it uses Ice Beam, which does no damage to me at all. And my Jirachi's gonna use Headbutt, or Iron Head. So his Porygon goes down. He's gonna send in his Lucario. And this is where I switch into my Latios. Latios sends in the Aura Sphere, which would have been normal damage to my Jirachi. And my Latios is gonna go for a Draco Meteor. Right here. And it misses the first time. But my Latios is Scarfed, and I feel like keeping it in. So Draco Meteor. And it one-shots an Alakazam. Now I'm going to keep Latios in, because it's only around 140. So I'm hoping that it can KO all the other ones. Or at least one more. So I go for another Draco Meteor. And this one also hits. I believe this one gets it into the yellows. And it's going to go for a Mega Horn and miss, which is lucky on my part. I go for one more Draco Meteor, and I take out his Heracross. Again, my Latios is Scarfed, so I can't use any other moves. So he sends out his Lucario here, and again, Draco Meteor, but it misses. So he has a Dragon Ball, and this is his last Pokemon, and it's Scarfed, so it can't use anything except for Dragon Pulse. So I switch into my Venusaur here. And it's basically the rest of it is me using Giga Drain. I'm getting back to around 140 almost, around. And then Black Sludge picks it up. And he goes for Dragon Pulse again. He gets me to the 80s. And this will bring me back to around the 170s, or 180s, or 160s. Around the 160 to 170 HP. So, another Dragon Pulse. And here I go for a Giga Drain. And that concludes this Wi-Fi battle. First Wi-Fi battle on my channel. Comment, rate, tell me if I did good, and thanks again.